Hello, and welcome to episode number 1 of the Knights Corner podcast. I'm your host, Aiden Eisenberg, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Nick D'Amico Ferry and Patrick Parse. And we're joined by Film Club President Brett Allen. Brett, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's great to be here.
That's really sad to hear.
Yeah, I know, right? It's horrible. I hate it.
Wow, you're really contradicting yourself.
I am really contradicting myself here. But what are we going to talk about today?
So, we've been told that you have your opinion on the new Joker movie that recently came out.
I do. Yes.
Do we in fact live in a society?
We live in a very nice suburban neighborhood. I know that for sure. But society, you're just kind of copying George Costanza at this point.
How so?
Don't you know in the Chinese restaurant he says we're living in a society? He was the first one to say that before Heath Ledger.
And what movie is that from?
It's from Seinfeld.
It's
actually.
just from
It's
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's from Seinfeld.
You don't know
There's no
George
more-
Costanza?
Oh, George. Oh my god.
To be honest, I've never watched Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's a pretty good show.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
we know our listeners can't see this right now, but Aiden is rocking some popcorn socks.
oh yeah.
There's
Those-
buckets of popcorn on his socks,
His
and
feet
that's
look delicious.
That's pretty snappy.
I got socks with ice cream cones on them. I'll wear them next time.
Why do you have socks with ice cream cones? What's the deal with?
I got them for Christmas.
Why do people
No,
like?
I got them for
Your
Hanukkah.
Your socks
course you
sound
did.
so delicious.
What's the appeal to, like,
Funky shocks?
y-
Socks?
funky socks?
Shocks.
Yeah. What's the deal with funky
I mean,
socks? Like,
I've-
I don't understand the.
They're comfy as all hell.
I've got socks with the French bulldogs or like pugs on them.
I got Kill Bill style socks.
Okay, that's cool.
I want those, yeah.
I have socks with eggs on them, and that's all I have to add to this
I
conversation.
mean, like I have, I don't wear like socks like that, so it's just like it doesn't appeal to me. So I just don't understand it. But like I don't.
It's
What
like
sort
I
of
knew
socks?
we were going to do this today, and I subconsciously put on popcorn socks because we're talking about films.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. So should we talk about films?
Yes, we
Um,
shall.
Yeah, but first, starting with films, you are film club president. Why film club or cinema club? Because
That's the real name of it.
it's the
Cinema
real
Club.
name.
why
Pe-
cinema club? Of all things you could have choose, cinema club. Like we have like so many other amazing clubs. There's already a film club too.
Is there a film club?
There
There's-
is a film club.
There is not a film club.
I saw a film club sign.
No, that's behind the cast. They help other clubs actually.
Oh.
Film club helps other casts?
No, not the film club. They're not. There's a club called Behind the Scenes where it helps clubs like, get money and everything, like fundraising and all that.
Oh, it's like a support group.
Yeah.
Yes, essentially.
It's like
Okay.
a secret society in our school. It's a shadow government.
Yeah.
It's the
God.
real front.
Oh
the-
no.
It's the real administration.
But
But yeah, why film club?
well, I heard that a few years ago there was a film club here, but if I have to move back from the mic first, that there was one a few years ago, but it kind of dissolved. So I figured, why not do
Start it
something?
back up.
Right, bring it back up.
And also looks good on college resume.
And how has film club been since you revived it from the dead?
Yeah, it went from cinema club to hey, Brett's the only member. So
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
so I'm hoping to get up on the
And
high
with this
horse.
this is publicity right here.
This is publicity,
Yes,
but
if anybody's looking for a new club, join cinema club.
or
also-
don't.
He needs a board member. He needs board members too. He's the
Yes.
president, the treasurer, the vice president, the secretary. What else does the board have?
Everything.
He's everything.
You're everything.
I
Do you even
am.
have an advisor?
I actually don't have an
You
advisor
don't have a class-
either.
So if there's any teachers listening to this and you're interested in doing a film club, being a film club advisor, find Brett Allen. He's a senior. What period do you have English? Because they could probably stop in your
Yeah.
English class. Oh,
I've got-
wait. 11th
I'm-
period.
I'm with you, Aiden. What,
yeah.
what are you
11th
talking
period
about?
McCann's room.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Too bad McCann can't do that because
Yeah,
he has
no,
he
I-
other
loves
stuff.
Mr.
He loves
McCann. We wish you
movies.
could if you were
I
listening to
wish
this at
I
every point
wish
in
he
time.
could. Yeah. But anyways, but yeah, it's
Any other clubs you're a part of? Because I'm a part of the fantastic guitar club.
I'm part of the guitar club too, but
With
I don't play guitar.
returning
Shout out
President
Howard Wolf.
C.J. Dutton.
No,
Well,
the
I
new-
mean, he's not. It's not like
He graduated.
he's the president, but
He's
he comes
not.
back.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
he's vice president now.
So,
Yeah.
what's your rating on Joker?
okay. Well,
Without spoiling it, because I know there's
I'm
people who haven't
really
seen
gonna
it.
try not to spoil it. I'm kind of taking this from I remember after I watched the movie, I went home and watched the review from a YouTuber called, was it Your Movie Sucks? And what he said was that if you think it would be the best movie of the year, then it's going to be the best movie of the year. If you think it's complete crap, then it's going to be complete crap. Which honestly made a lot of sense, because I just expected the movie to be pretty good, and that's what I got out of it. It
So,
was
like-
pretty good.
Like a biased standpoint.
Yeah, sort of. Like, I wouldn't say, like...
So if you expect it to be really good, it's gonna be really good in your opinion. If you expect it to be hot garbage, it's
It's-
gonna be hot garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say, like, set realistic expectations for the movie so that you just don't, like, blow out proportion like everyone has
Yeah, you
been
have.
doing.
Right, like a lot of movies in the past have gone through that sort of,
Yes.
like the recent Star Wars movies. People are like, "Oh my god, it's so good," and other people are like, "It's garbage.
No,
it's
Yeah.
horrible.
no.
It's not like the originals."
I
But
feel like
George Lucas, come back to us,
Well,
please.
there's nothing like the originals.
Well, yeah.
For anything, there's nothing.
I mean,
like
then
an
you got the
original.
the pre-sequels, and then you're kind of like, they went that direction with CGI. Some people,
It's a shame.
people will fight me on that. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
But anybody will fight you on anything.
yeah.
Not just you and like not you.
Just anything.
But just
Aiden is small, so he'll lose any fight.
yeah.
I'm not short.
You're sure.
I'm
Short.
5'6".
So we got Nick D'Amico
Ladies,
Ferry,
he's
Pat, and
5'6".
Napoleon here.
Napoleon Dynamite.
God.
God.
All right, but...
Oh yeah,
anyways.
that's another thing that we should talk about. Brett, you're very good at impressions
Oh,
and
boy.
impersonations.
Oh yeah, Brett here
Man,
can do.
I just
Put
came
me
here to
on-
talk about Joker, man. I don't want to do this right
Well,
now.
let's not get off topic. We could go back to the impressions
Well, yeah.
later. But I have to ask one question about Joker. Do you think it's like a believable origin story since we've never gotten an origin story for the Joker?
Except in the cartoons, but not really.
Well,
not everyone
here's the
watches
thing.
Like a
cartoons.
mainstream
Yeah.
origin story.
Well, this is from the comics. Joker has said that he likes his origins to be multiple choice, and I think in any way you can interpret Joker as in any way that you want. He's going to be the same villain in the end, but it depends on how you get there. In the comics, like, what was it, Killing Joke?
Is that what the one
He-
where he kills Robin?
No, that's not that.
No.
In this one, it's just that he's a stand-up comedian and he has to do a job disguised as like the Red Hood, but being confronted by Batman, he wasn't able to reveal that he was just a guy, just doing this for whatever. Batman tries to save him before he falls into the vat of acid, but then he falls in, of course, and becomes the Joker essentially. Insanity ensues, blah blah blah, all that spiel.
So that's in the movie.
That's no,
No,
that's
that's
not
Killing
in the
Joke.
movie. That's the Killing Joke.
Oh, that's the kill. Right. Okay. I got off track.
This, like, in other variants, you had, Jack Nicholson as like the mob, like
Beautiful.
the
Really
mob
Joker.
guy. I love
The
love
creepy
that one.
smile.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then you had back in
Ledger-
like
Heath Ledger's.
Heath
Joker.
Ledger's Joker, which
Another
everyone
really-
Arguably one of the best
Eh.
roles he's ever played.
arguably one of the best. Yes.
One of the best Jokers.
And then you had like
Jared Leto.
yeah,
Was it Jared? Is it
it's
Leto?
Jared
Jared
Leto.
Leto.
Is it
Yeah,
Leto?
Leto?
Leto.
you had him.
Leto.
Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. I think the problem with his was that he
It was
ju-
too like modernized kind of. He looked like he was from like a gang of sorts. I mean,
He-
yes, Suicide Squad is like a quote unquote gang. It's a team of
Of
Very
people who went to
expendable-
Hot Topic.
in
people who
in
shot the top.
in the words of Will Smith, Wowie, some kind of Suicide Squad.
Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. But like, I think the main problem was that people really expected Joker to be the main villain of the movie. Like, you saw the trailers, like, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer is so cool," and the Joker's there too. But like, trailers can be misleading so
right as
easily.
we've seen.
Like, have you people seen the Birds of Prey trailer
No.
recently?
No.
They use this like very orchestrated, like combo, like it builds up to the rest of the trailer. Like, it's very manipulative.
It's like the Star Wars film.
like you
the
really
Star Wars
like
trailers.
you really think it's gonna be like a tone to that sort of music and everything. It's gonna be
Right.
like this big triumphant event. No, they just manipulate you, and it's so easy to do. But I felt like, anyways, that Jared Leto, I think, should have had another chance, because recently he even said that he felt very isolated and upset when they announced Joker,
Right, that he wasn't doing it.
that he wasn't doing it anymore.
Right.
And in a way, I kind of understand. Like, and in the movie, of course, the Joker was like, it wasn't that good from Jared Leto. But I feel like if they really gave him something to work with, because he's a wonderful actor,
Yeah, he is.
then
Agreed.
then he would have I think
Knocked it out of the ballpark.
blown it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Like in a good way. But and
Because it seems that with every Joker actor, it's kind of like a cursed role where it's like they get so into their roles that like it's hard for them to leave it. Like they'll
yeah.
like what happened with Heath Ledger is he got like really into his role that he became almost psychotic.
oh yeah, Jack Nicholson even like warned him somewhat.
Like,
yeah.
it's a really
Even-
good role if played correctly, but like it's dangerous to play it because of if you're one of those actors who gets really in depth into your roles, it's
It's-
hard to
Yeah.
come back from that.
Like,
yeah,
what
if
is
you're
it?
a method actor and you're that's what it's
that
called.
he
It's
was a method.
if
Heath
you're a
Ledger was a method actor.
Yeah, if you're a method actor and you're trying to like assume the role of like the Joker, that could be very like bad.
Christian Bale is a really good method actor though, and he played Batman in the Dark Knight like trilogy.
Yeah,
Right.
That
He's-
is a good Batman too.
He's like the best method actor in like mainstream Hollywood because like he commits himself to his roles, but he's so ready to switch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And what
Sorry
is-
for the bell.
Yeah.
It's the 3:00.
But
Wait, bus.
what is it too? Even with like, even in the past too, like when Ben Affleck, who played Batman, and like, we don't talk about that, but it also turned out that George Clooney, who previously played Batman, of course,
Oh no, not that film.
yes, bat nipples and the credit card, he warned.
I'm sorry. What?
In the movie, they decided that the bat suit and the Robin suit should have like
Very revealing
nipples.
parts of
Nipple-
it.
like,
yeah.
When
Were
you look
they-
it up, it's the suits have nipples on them,
Oh,
and
I
there's
was about
also a
to
bat
say.
credit card.
Yes.
It's
But
it's so bad.
oh yeah. But anyways, what is it? George Clooney even approached Ben Affleck saying like, you should really think about this. Like, this may not be the role for you, or like
Right.
there comes like a cost of playing this.
Yeah,
But you know how
you'll become
that
very
works.
well known, but at the same time, you'll most likely go insane.
Well, not really that. Just
You could become
was-
a little unhinged from society.
well, not even that. Just like you could just be like very uncomfortable, or like
Right.
the mask will like give you a headache or something like
Well,
that. You know.
Yeah.
That whole
Ben
spiel.
Affleck could not take a pee while he was wearing the bat suit. It took him like hours, I think, to get out of it.
Those suits had to be so annoying to get on
They
and get
had
off.
to be.
They had
Oh,
to be.
yeah.
Any like latex full body suits are like
Oh,
a pain to get on.
Yeah,
and get off,
definitely.
probably.
Sure.
but anyways, back on the topic with the whole Joker spiel. Like with the method actor thing we were talking about, Joaquin
Phoenix.
Phoenix, if that's how you pronounce it. I may
Joaquin
I think
Phoenix.
it's
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Oops.
Very sorry about that. Joaquin Phoenix
You're good.
is also like a very good method actor. Like he lost 50 pounds for the role.
Did he?
And like, what was it too? And I looked this up. Like, despite what you think about vegans or whatever, he was also a vegan. So like, losing that, it's like,
It's a lot.
it's a
Yeah,
Yeah.
that must take a huge.
It's a
toll on
lot,
your
and,
body.
And try to not be malnourished at the same time.
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
like, but anyways, like in the movie, you could see it too. Like he was so into it, and his character was like so. At first, it's like you feel bad for him. Like, oh, he's so like he's been through a lot. He's been through this abuse. This like everyone messes with him and everything. It's terrible. But then as the film progresses, you lose that sympathy towards him, but you're still interested in him because of the performance and what he's going through and all that. Like,
right.
you're not like, oh my gosh, this guy, I feel so bad for him, even though he just like killed so many people. It's just like this guy killed so many people. He's horrible, but I'm still very interested in this
Because of how
like,
good he is at it.
he commits to it so
Yeah.
much, and it's amazing. But like
right.
for the rest of the movie, it's like the story like gets off track a bit. Like
That's it.
I don't want to go into spoilers, but it's in the movie. It's implied that he does have hallucinations, and like unless you're like not really paying attention, there's this one part that comes up with like another person, and it's like it's just really stupid. And also of course the Waynes are involved in the story, but that I think that's what really brings down the film a bit.
Like they brought Batman's sort
Like-
of group into it.
Like it's about young Bruce Wayne and everything and all that, but what they're trying to do is like they're trying to
Connect them.
forcefully connect the Joker
Right.
together with the family. Like it's really dumb, I think.
And another thing with like Joker and everything, before the movie even came out, like there was memes about the Joker movie everywhere on social media.
Oh,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Brett, isn't your computer background a meme of that with
Tobey Maguire
Maguire's
and
Spider-Man when he's
and Joker dancing? Yes, on
walking
the
down the
stairs.
street in full black with the comb over with
that's-
what
that
song
was
is
from
it?
Spider-Man 3. I don't
Yeah,
remember the song,
Spider-Man
but-
3 Revelations.
But like, anyways, like, yeah, like the memes, like they definitely like
I think the memes is what made the movie so hyped up.
Yeah.
that too. But also, like people were like, oh,
Like, it could have been a
it looks-
great movie,
like
but
it
like,
looks amazing. Like it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
though. Like the first act was really good. I liked learning about like his abuse and everything with like his mother and everything. Some of the stuff was pretty disturbing, and like it did make you think at some point. And the ending too, there was a little thing in there that I didn't like, but at the end it was like I think it ended off satisfyingly,
Okay.
I'd say. But like, yeah, I think the memes definitely helped. But like, what are you doing, Aiden?
He's trying to eat, so
he's
he
trying to
muted
eat a
his mic.
cookie, but he muted his mic so that we don't. What's it called? So it doesn't come into the feedback.
Yeah, but but like, anyways, it's definitely an interesting look at the Joker. I'd have to say, and I would definitely recommend it to like others. Like, it is definitely something to see, and just
Fascinating.
Yeah.
yes,
Thank you,
There
Brett, for your
hasn't been
hot take.
really many other good movies that have come out so far this year.
Not recently.
No.
like,
Uh.
like when did Endgame come out? 2019? This year?
Like earlier this year.
Okay,
Was
so
it?
like around the time that people would like go see movies, like the summer blockbusters that they
Right.
that they describe it as, there was no big movies that came out.
Right.
Like there
Um,
was movies that people could enjoy. Like there was a movie that I went to go see called Good Boys by
Okay.
the people that made Superbad.
Oh, right. It was like Seth Rogen
Yeah.
writing like a story about
Yeah.
kids from middle school.
That was it was by no means summer blockbuster, but it was an enjoyable film if you know the comedy of the people that are
Writing it, right.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you know the person who's writing it, if you know their sense of humor, then you can base it off of, well, I think that's funny, will I not think that's funny?
Right.
Yeah.
It's all a sense of whether or not, like,
it's subjective.
Yeah,
Right, it's
Very
subjective.
much so.
very.
I personally love Superbad. I love Pineapple Express. I
Yeah.
love Seth Rogen on Freaks and Geeks. Like,
Yes.
All freaks and geeks. I
Like-
love that
Never
show.
watched any of those.
I just think Seth Rogen and
Wait, I
his
think that's
comedy and his style is really good, but I can definitely see how some people don't like it. You're so rude for interrupting. Did it not come up on the mic?
No, it did.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
Isn't Best in
But,
Show the dog show one, where it's a comedy about a dog show?
I don't remember
Best-
if you had your laptop with
I
us so
think-
we can look it up.
I can look it up on my phone.
Do you want me
but-
to get my laptop?
No.
Jeez. How rude. How
That
rude.
wasn't.
What? What?
Did you want me to get my laptop? No.
No.
I was just asking. If
It
you wanted
was.
my
It
laptop.
was.
No, but
The
it's
dog show one. That was really. Who was in that?
Yeah.
fine. I never even heard of that movie.
It's
Oh, it's-
so
It
good.
might have just been like like something I've heard like maybe once, but nothing too prominent in my life to be able to remember.
It's a
it.
2000 comedy.
What was it? That thing you were saying about like no good movies this year. I think like, as someone who's like somewhat
You're a
like-
movie buff.
movie buff, movie junkie, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
You really have to, I think,
Can we
di-
use that word?
Buff? Movie buff?
Junkie.
junkie.
A
Yeah,
junkie?
Oh
movie
yeah,
junkie.
definitely.
You can
know.
use junkie. Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyways, what is it? I think really what you have to do is like you look at like, oh, what's out? Like, oh, this is out, this is out. Like you go on AMC, you see all the movies there, and it's like, okay, that's out. But like you don't see like the other things.
The
that, like,
stigma
advertising.
with Marvel and DC films is like Marvel and DC as a whole is like Marvel films are like extraordinarily good and their like TV shows are really really bad, and then it's like the opposite for DC where the movies are really really bad but the TV shows are really really good.
I'd say that
But-
that's sort of like it's not like the opposite now, but
It's getting to the point where it could equal out and like the movies can be really really good both ways. How well did Aquaman do?
Aquaman was not a good movie, but it did really well at the box office.
It did.
Yes, I think so. Like people were very excited for it. Like the one thing that was admirable was like the camera work, but like because like the director knew, oh, this script, it's complete crap.
Yeah.
Let's make this fun.
That's like the major thing.
When you know you have a bad script, but you know what to do to make it look good.
Yeah.
Like The Room.
Yeah,
Ugh.
like what is it?
Tearing
Fun
me
fa-
apart, Lisa.
Like fun facts, the same guy who wrote Venom also wrote Aquaman.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yes, and we all know how Venom turned out.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
It's disappointing.
That's really.
it is disappointing. But anyways, back on to the whole thing. Like you see, like the whole Marvel films, like oh, this is coming out.
Yeah,
and
like-
DC, this coming out.
But people focus on the Marvel films more than they ever will on the DC films because
It's
What-
more Also,
And-
Disney owns it.
and
Um,
Disney owns it obviously, but like
Their track
Mar-
record.
Marvel has a great track record.
Also,
like
Stan Lee.
Stanley,
Rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. But like, you know, all the Marvel characters. You know your Spider-Man. You know all them. I totally didn't.
You know
forget.
that.
They just default to Spider-Man.
I love
because it's the
Spider-Man,
only one.
Spider-Man, and Spider-Man.
I
But, like,
totally didn't forget any type of
What was
DC
it?
Marvel
Like-
superheroes.
I think one thing, Martin Scorsese, his film The Irishman premiered at New York Film Festival recently, and he also came out to say that he doesn't see Marvel films as cinema, but more like theme parks. Although I kind of disagree with the statement, I also understand.
There's
Where
some
it's more or
truth
less
to
people
it.
go to see it because how popular it is.
It's more of like, it's like, honestly, it is kind of like an amusement park, like, because like there's so much there. It's like, this comes out this time, and then you get this next thing. Like it's all lined up. You got like something new to see every day.
And unless you like understand the story of like a Marvel movie, you know what's going on. Unless you don't, like a good example is like me and my mom. Like we really were really into Marvel, and like we know the story and everything. And my dad has gone on the track record and gone, yeah, I just sometimes just fall asleep. I fell asleep during Endgame because I was so bored. I'm like, how can you be so bored? He's like, superheroes fighting, but it's like if you're like engrossed into its lore and its like storyline and like, oh, you know that nod, you know what that means. Oh, those characters together can mean this.
Yeah, I
And,
think
like,
I think
the-
you need to know the story,
The
like
Easter,
the
like
full.
for like the
Yeah.
fanboys, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
But there are also some of the Marvel movies that like you could just watch for fun. Like
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok is a great movie
It's a
That is a
great
great
comedy
by
movie.
itself. Yeah.
Iron Man, you could definitely watch for fun.
Which
like,
one? The first,
The,
second,
fir-
or
the,
third
fir-
one?
the first Iron
One.
Man, and honestly the third one too. The third one.
Iron Man 3 was really good.
I thought isn't Iron Man 2 the one that wasn't really good
Iron Man 2 is boring.
That one was with like Whiplash or whatever he's called.
Yeah, Whiplash
in the
Like,
on the F1?
and Justin Hammer.
he was just he was a Formula One driver in that film, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Why? That doesn't make.
It's,
No, I don't think anywhere in the comics is
It-
he a Formula One driver.
It's Iron Man 2. Who cares?
Or that one Incredible Hulk movie no one talks about.
Oh,
You
with
mean the first one?
Edward Norton.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they just got rid of that and they put what's his name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But
Who's
yeah,
like 10 times better.
yeah. But what is it like with all the Marvel films and everything? They're like that's like advertised everywhere because Disney, like
Owns it. Disney
owns it-
is a
owns it-
monopoly.
owns it.
Monopoly.
owns it and loves their money.
Right.
But like,
I
I
love
think
that
if you
dollar.
really like go aside that, like, and like with the stuff like It Chapter 2 and like all that, you
It
look
was
da-
also.
you look down and like there's some really good stuff in there. Like coming out soon is, I talked about this before, Jojo Rabbit.
I kind of want to see that. There's a lot of backlash about that because of what it's about.
look. Yes,
yeah.
what the movie is about is like weird, but at the same time, the guy playing the. Okay, no, I'm just gonna say what it's about.
About
It's about a 10-year-old boy in Nazi Germany with his imaginary friend
Flan-
Adolf Hitler.
who is very flamboyant. By
Who
it.
is
It's a
very-
flamboyant.
What
This is
Flamboyant
the fifth time
Adolf
this
Hitler.
week you've messed up that word.
Yeah.
But what is it? People don't understand is that it's supposed to be a satire. The director has said it's a satire. And he's the one playing
Right.
Hitler. And he's a Polynesian Jew. Like,
That's kind of ironic.
it is
Yeah.
ironic.
It's very ironic.
And
Yeah.
he said, too, that he struggled playing the part of this,
Flamboyant
Flamboyant.
Hitler.
oh my god, Aiden.
And just stop speaking.
Just stop saying the word flamboyant.
Flamboyant Hitler. Like, yes, it's Hitler on the screen. Like, yeah, it's going to be terrifying. But at the same time, he's made to be stupid and funny. Like,
Right.
sure, you can't just say Hitler. Oh my gosh, I loved him. You can't
Bro,
say that.
you've never been to a middle school before. Those kids love talking about
Middle
Hitler.
schoolers are the absolute worst people in existence.
John Mulaney had a good stand-up sketch about middle schoolers and everything. Just
Yeah.
like they'll make fun of you for something that you didn't even know was a problem.
Yeah,
like they'll make fun of you for like your deepest insecurity.
Yeah, exactly.
To which he followed that up by running around the stage in a high-pitched voice, going, "Ha ha ha! That man has feminine hips," and then he just turns to the crowd and goes, "No, that's the thing I'm sensitive about," and then just keeps going on with his act. John Mulaney is a great comedian.
He is a pretty good
Like,
comedian.
He played Peter Porker in Back to the Spider-Verse.
Spider-
Yeah, actually, I didn't
yes.
even recognize that was his voice.
That's-
Oh yeah.
Wow,
That's John
okay.
Mulaney, and it was fantastic.
But yeah, it was. I think people.
Laughing at your insecurities.
Yes.
I think that people take those type of things, like with Jojo Rabbit, again, out of proportion. Like, they don't understand. This is not meant to,
Offend anyone.
like put the character on a pedestal. Like, oh,
Right.
we must praise it. It's meant to be funny. It's meant to make fun of it.
Also, I could see how like it would make sense for a 10-year-old in Nazi Germany to be like, haha, my imaginary friend is a flamboyant man who's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, it's a way to cope
no,
with trauma.
the character Jojo
No.
is also a German.
Oh, he is?
He
He's
wants-
in a
the
German
premise-
youth program.
the-
He's in the Nazi youth program.
The premise,
did-
the premise
Oh.
is that he wants to join the
German,
Nazis,
the
of
Nazi
course,
party,
but then it's revealed that his mother is keeping.
who's played by Scarlett Johansson.
Yep, is
Great
actually
actress.
is
Beautiful.
keeping a Jewish girl in their
It-
home. So he has to decide: does he want to join this stupid little club, or does he want to save his mother?
Right. So that's the whole premise about it, while also being a satirized comedy about Nazis during World War II in like 1940s.
And like it's, of course, like people are gonna be like a little bit sensitive to it, but I don't think you have to say like, get this off the screen. This is hate speech. This is so offensive. Like
Come on.
you have to understand what it is.
You have to
first before
understand
you
the
argue about it.
way they're filming it. They're
Yeah.
not praising the Nazis. Of course, the Nazis were and still are a horrible group of people who just shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Along with every other like anti whatever group that's out there.
Yes.
But that's the issue that the film industry has been facing for such a long time, is this whole fear of satirizing Nazis.
Because-
they did it with what was the movie where it was Springtime for Hitler?
That's the producers.
The
I
producers.
love that movie.
There was a whole segment where it was a musical about springtime and Hitler going on spring break.
Or no, not even that.
Or-
Just Hitler's plan and everything. Like to the naked eye, if you don't know the context, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so offensive.
But then you look at the
people
bigger
get
picture and you're
offended over
like,
everything now.
Yes,
so
but,
they
like-
could just look at that, see Hitler, and be like,
and not question it.
and just be like, I
But
don't
they-
like that.
But they want to know
Like-
the context is that these two guys are trying to make the worst play ever,
Ever.
and they're trying to offend the people. It's
Yeah, but-
The whole premise of the film.
is to just get a bunch of money and hitch on out of there
Right.
before they
on out.
get like caught.
caught by authorities.
But anyways, what is it? That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to dig deep in all this and find like movies like Jojo Rabbit or like The Lighthouse is coming out soon.
That's the
if-
psychological
Horror-
H.P. Lovecraft.
Not H.P. Lovecraft.
It's kind of H.P. Lovecraft-ish.
No, have you ever seen the?
Huh?
Have you ever seen the Witch before? With like it has the two V's in like the beginning of it,
I don't think so.
or like any A24 film. It's always something weird or whatever. Like
A24 is like the indie sort of like film
they're
company, right?
they are one of the most successful indie companies today. I'd say like they've been releasing a couple films. Like they released Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds recently.
That was the one about the Beatles, obviously.
No, it wasn't. It's about women going to space. Don't
Oh,
see it. It's horrible.
What?
oh yeah, that's another thing that I don't understand why that's making like a big like.
Never heard of it.
No, not even that. Like,
Well, of course
band
you didn't hear about
movies.
it. It's
Band
indie.
movies?
like you had
The Interview.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I heard that
And-
was good.
All the
was-
musical biopics, you mean?
Yeah, I didn't know the
The
names of it.
biopics?
Yeah, all
Yes,
the
The one about the Beatles.
Something?
No, what was
The-
it called? Hello, or Yesterday. It
A
was
hard,
called Yesterday.
A Hard Day's Night.
No, it was called Yesterday. It was
Yesterday.
about the Beatles.
That was
It was
like a
about
bi-
where the Beatles just never existed, and there's like one guy who knows that they exist, and he's like, he memorizes throughout the film, memorizes all the Beatles songs, and like makes them his own. And he's like confronted by other people who are like, we know the Beatles too. It's so nice to see other people who know the Beatles, and he just goes through life not knowing it. Long story short, we found out that if we lose the Beatles, we lose Coca-Cola, Harry Potter, and Oasis, which isn't that big of a deal. We can live without Oasis, the band.
Oasis is pretty good.
But anyway, well,
Oasis is the band that made Wonderwall, right?
Yep.
oh boy.
Yeah.
But what is it? Anyways, like, I'm just talking about, like, the biopic stuff. Like, it's about, like, real-life bands. Like, Bohemian Rhapsody, like, when it came out, everyone was like, oh, this is so amazing. And then everyone was like, okay, I am a fan of Queen now.
When they weren't before.
Yeah, when they were not before.
Or what about the Bruce Springsteen one that's coming out?
There's a Bruce Springsteen
I think
one?
so.
Yeah.
No, it's
Billy Joel?
Elton John.
No, Elton
No.
John already
No,
came
the
out.
Rocket,
Oh, it did?
like Rocket Man 2, that came out, but like it did something a little bit different for it to stand out. But in the end, it's still just like it somewhat follows the formula of the biopic. Like
And it is Bruce Springsteen.
I liked Rocket Man because it really showed a side of Elton John that nobody knew about, or like most people really didn't pay much mind to, which is that he was a drug addict.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Like, the movie's good, but like there's still some stuff in there that follows like the basic formula and all that. Like I think the first of this spawned with the what was it, the biopic Straight Outta Compton. Like that was the first of its kind.
Yeah.
Like, Straight Outta Compton was good, but then as time progressed, like, with all these other things coming out, it just feels like the same thing.
It also seems like a really big cash grab, or like a
It
way
is.
to promote the artists that like they're being made about.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, you can't really promote Queen because Freddie Mercury's been dead for a long time, but they still perform with like Adam Lambert.
Oh, yeah. And, like, it's just, you have to try and do something different anymore. Like, people may not notice, like, they just may go and be like, oh, this is so good, but they may not notice, like, they're just watching the same thing over and over. And what I'd like to see is just something different happen, like with Rocket Man. Like, you know, it follows a little bit of the formula, but it's also a fantasy musical at the same time. And
Right.
I was really impressed. And Taron Egerton, too, did a wonderful job as Elton John. I was...
What? There's a piece of fuzz on my mic. Don't pay no
Yes.
mind.
Continue.
Pay no... okay. But, like, those type of things I like to see, because some people realize, oh, it's becoming too basic now. We need to spice it up a bit.
Right.
And there's going to be a David Bowie thing coming out soon also.
There's too
Right.
many.
There's too much. Like, it may seem little, like, you know, you have, like, the Straight Outta Compton, Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Straight Outta Compton was good, apparently. I heard.
Straight Outta Compton was good, but over time, when you see, like, the same films, you go back to it, it's like...
The same genre.
Yeah, it's just
But
like...
we haven't gotten tired of action films or love stories or
Oh, yeah.
horror movies.
Ryan Reynolds.
It's just...
I think-
It's like this new genre of, like, biopic that's, like, just being mass-produced in, like, the span of, like, 2 years.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's like, you gotta spread this sort of stuff out. Like, everyone's gotta get, like, you gotta, like, dip your toes in
Take
the
a
biopic.
breather.
You gotta dip your toes in the musical biopic, and then, like, you know, you gotta, like, you breathe, you gotta take it in, and then you dive through.
Movies that are like musicals and stuff, I personally actually like them. Like they're interesting.
So, musicals.
I
well, no,
really
like-
liked musicals
Well, not
in the first place.
not musicals, because musicals you see when you first see musicals you think of Broadway.
Right.
I think of High School Musical sometimes.
Well,
High
I think
School
about High
Musical.
School Musical in my sleep.
but that's what I'm talking about. Movies like that, not High School Musical. I don't like the High School Musical movies.
Can you tell me why?
I just don't like
They're
them.
annoying.
Is
They
there
are
something
annoying.
wrong with them?
There's a lot wrong
It's
with them.
fun when you got a whole bunch of people, and they're, like, all singing, like, all in this together, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's right.
It's fun, like, for the 5 minutes, and then you're like, alright, next.
Yeah.
Sharpay Evans strutted. She
Strutted for our sins?
she laid the groundwork
For what?
for powerful women.
no,
she
did
got
not.
what she wanted because she wants fabulous.
I'm gonna have to
Are
ask
you
you
just
to
making a whole
stop.
joke about that?
Yeah, it was
Honestly,
a long setup.
That was a great payoff.
That was the longest setup for a joke ever.
This is why we keep Pat on the show.
But anyways, what is it? Yeah, like, when you focus on a genre for, like, forever and all that, it becomes muddled, but the regular audience doesn't notice it anymore.
Right, the people who really pay attention to film and, like, pay attention to, like, the plot and, like, how it's filmed and who's filming it, who's starring in it, really know, like, all right, there's too much of this going on. We need someone to like stop this.
Yeah, and that's why I always look towards like studios like A24 because they're always like giving others a chance. Like there are some weird films that come out like The Lighthouse. There's The Witch. Recently, the movie called the Death of Dick Long came out.
What?
I heard that was pretty.
What
good.
is that about?
Yeah.
It's about a guy named Dick Long.
A guy named. It's just about a guy named Dick Long, and he's dead, and his friends have to like hide the fact that they possibly killed him.
Like Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah, but it's like I heard it's like also a bit of sci-fi too.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it's weird, but I would like to see that film eventually. But like that's the thing, you have to dig deeper into all this.
You
Just
gotta
to
find the outlandish, weird things that you wouldn't expect to be filmed.
like what is it? This Korean film that came out called Parasite. The director, you may be familiar with films like Snow Driver,
No.
or not Snow Driver, Snowpiercer. I'm sorry.
No.
Still no.
Or that weird hippo thing that came out on Netflix, Okja.
Oh, I
No.
loved Okja.
Yeah, that. But his Korean films are so good, and this one that came out is like getting such good reception, and I feel like I know for a fact that's not gonna be played at like AMC or anything. You have to go like outwards, like other little theaters.
You know, Bowtie Cinema could have been there, but you know,
It closed
it's
down.
closed down and now it's becoming a bar.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure it's becoming like a sports bar or something.
I can't wait for it to be another MJ's.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like you have to like. I don't think AMC, besides like A24, gives like some of these other films a chance to just be in theaters for people to see. Like maybe instead of going to see like Endgame or seeing Joker, or you should see Joker, or to see like these giant blockbusters, you should see like the little stuff first.
Hit up the film festivals. See the
Yeah.
indie films.
Oh yeah, the film festivals too. That's where you see
Because
like
you
a lot
don't
of
get
stuff.
the same, even though the production value isn't as close to it, it seems to be a lot better because they actually care about what they're doing.
Like what is
Yeah.
The stories could be more intriguing because it's not like the producers are always shooting them down. It's like it's probably like self-written and self-produced.
Right.
yeah.
It's something. It's like a group of people who have this passion to write a story that they've been wanting to do forever, and then they finally get their chance, and it's like
Yeah, no,
good.
That's the thing. Producers sometimes interfere too much. Like, have you guys seen American Psycho before?
no.
Yes.
I've heard of it.
I've
A
seen
wonderful
clips.
movie. And do you guys know about the unknown sequel, American Psycho 2?
Electric
Yes.
Boogaloo?
Essentially.
They made like a second film and it was just a cash grab and they don't they kill off Patrick Bateman like immediately?
They do, which ruins the first film's ending, but sorry. But here's the thing though. Otherwise, before then, Lionsgate, before they interfered, it was supposed to be some sort of campy little murder film. William Shatner was in it too, and it seemed like he was all up for it. Like, and in the movie, you see like he's very enthusiastic about it. Like he's not like doing deadpan acting. But then Lionsgate came along and was like, American Psycho was popular. Why not make a second one? But this time we'll have the woman hold a sickle in the poster.
Cash grabs and milking franchises is just annoying. It's what
It's
they're doing with Star-
disappointing.
It's disappointing because like you get like a good ending and you're like, I think that's pretty good, and then they make another one and you're like, I guess I gotta go see that, and it ruins the last film's ending.
It's kind of.
It's where the Star Wars films are going right now.
And if you want to go older than the Star Wars films, look at The Godfather.
Right.
The first
Oh my
Godfather,
God.
classic.
Brilliant.
Second part 2, classic. Third part, absolute dumpster fire.
The only thing you can remember from The Godfather 3 is just the freaking quote that Al Pacino said in like, first I tried to get out and then they just brought me back in. Like, that's the only
I just
thing.
don't think there's anything memorable from the third movie.
Exactly. You don't remember that. That wasn't even an actual quote from it.
Exactly.
Or it could have
Like,
been an actual quote. I don't know.
It could have made
You
that
just
quote,
made that up. Sounded so
I could-
believable.
that
I-
quote could have been in the movie, and it probably could have made
It may have
Mandela effect.
slightest
it may
bit
have
better.
been in the movie, but I'm unsure because The Godfather 3 sucks.
It does suck. It is
Yeah.
an absolute dumpster fire of a movie.
And I think, if anything, this may be a bad example, but if you're milking a franchise, it can also be pointed at like the John Wick thing franchise also.
Yeah.
How many there's been 3 or 2?
There's
Three.
been 3 films, and there's going to be a 4th one. Like,
There's going to be a
like-
fourth one in like 2022.
you can't get me wrong. Like, these films are they're so amazing in their action, their choreography. Like the guy who directs it did the choreography
He's a wizard.
on the Matrix.
He's a wizard.
So was it Harry?
He's a wizard, Harry.
Wizard Harry. But like, it's fun to see all the action and everything. But then sometimes you just gotta wonder, when will it end?
That's kind of like the John Wick films are like a genre in its own right. Like it's a genre that like is just it's like the story's there. It's like the plot of it's like really tiny, and like it's like 5% plot, and the 95% is just action and just well choreographed fight scenes and just cool like montages.
It's just called like gun fu is what they call it.
Gung Fu, yeah.
Like they do it so well, but like.
What's the plot?
And
What's the story?
I love the John Wick films.
Right.
But like, I'm eventually gonna get tired of it.
Right.
The only good
When
thing
will
now
it-
about the John Wick films has to be Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
you're fabulous.
Here's the thing about Keanu
Very
Reeves.
fabulous.
When Keanu Reeves is quiet and he's doing things, he's amazing. When he
He's-
talks though, he's pretty bad.
Like,
He's
I've never seen a John Wick movie. Is he just like bad at delivering lines, or is his
Keanu
voice
Reeves is
goofy?
like bad at delivering lines sometimes, and it's just like you see like some of the things. It's just
But I think people will forgive him for that
because of the action.
not even because of the action, because of who it is. Like it's
Exactly.
Keanu Reeves. Like he was in The Matrix. Great film.
Matrix,
Bill and
Ted.
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Another great
You
film.
gotta. You
Hey,
can't.
that's-
You look at his track record, and it's like Matrix and
Bill and Ted.
John Wick, and then you look at him doing Bill and Ted, and you're like, wait, he does Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
No, that's the thing.
A comedy?
Actually,
You wouldn't expect him to be in a comedy.
Because he
actually,
looks like an action star.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of Bill and Ted, and also milking a franchise, there's gonna be a third Bill and Ted film.
Really?
They're also doing a.
But George Carlin's dead. How can they do that?
I know.
That-
It's
Aren't they doing a Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
yes, that's gonna come out soon. I
We
don't
need
know. I don't,
I'm calling for a Wayne's World reboot.
A Wayne's World.
Wayne's
reboot.
World reboot. No.
That's what we need in this world is a Wayne's
No,
World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Wayne's World.
Party time. Excellent.
But I don't think we need
Yes.
I don't think we need a reboot. I think it's just. I think the first one was good. The second one, it's like not as good, but there's still some laughs in it. I think like you just end it off there and it's fine. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
The SNL skits were pretty good.
The
Yeah.
SNL skits are good too. Like you can't just milk a franchise forever
Yeah.
like that.
God.
Can we go back to what I brought up before about you being really good at impressions? Because we are starting to run long and I want to get this in.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you
so-
want me to do?
What's your favorite one
Yeah.
to
Uh,
do? Which one do you think you're the best at?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my Luigi impression.
Your Luigi impression?
My impression of Luigi from Super Mario Brothers, the TV show.
The TV
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 show.
show.
The
I
TV
could
show
also-
is something else.
I could
Remember,
also do other
all
things
toast
like
is toast.
that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario.
Oh, it's so good.
That is really good.
Yes, it's
That's something I've suggested to Brett before, is that if something were to fall through, go to voice acting.
Just
Yeah.
make sure Nolan North and
I'm-
what's his face and Seth Rogen aren't not Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Seth
the only
MacFarlane?
voice acting
Seth
thing he did
MacFarlane
was the-
aren't like acting anymore.
Yeah, they should.
You're not gonna get any roles with those two men in the male
Look,
voice acting
you
career.
can go a decent distance with impressions,
Yeah.
but with voice acting, it requires a lot of work.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, anything
Well,
in the TV film business does require a lot of work.
You know, like you could do like an easy, like you could do a Squidward impression of and telling SpongeBob to screw off, but like, I probably shouldn't have said that, or whatever. Or like
Squidward
you can
Tentacles
you can
voted most likely to suck eggs in high school.
or, you can
Thank you, Schoolyum.
like or like you do like a Mr. Krabs impression. You know, you can only go so far with it. But like voice acting requires so much more than that.
Right. You need to have like inflection. You need to have pitch control. You need to
Like
you need to know what they're asking for.
like for example, like if you're like it's a scene, like you need to yell like your best friend just like Wilson
Oh, such a good movie.
or something like that. Like you don't actually yell. You need a method to get that to
Pitch
make it
higher.
sound like not that. You need a method to make it sound like you're yelling, but you're not.
Right.
And what I learned was that a way to do that is like people would go like bring their arm up and swoop it down. So like they got that effect of just like, you talk a little bit louder, but then you kind of dip down at the end.
Okay.
Right.
And there are also things too, like you put like a little bit of like green apple from where like saliva if you're getting dry, or like you use a little like coffee grains even to just dry it up a bit if you're too salivated.
Right.
Like it requires like little niches and everything.
Right. What's his face? Who plays Luke Skywalker? I forget.
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill. I saw sort of a video online where he's talking about his career voice acting, and he played the Joker in one of the Batman.
The Batman anime series.
Batman animated
Wonderful.
series. Wonderful. And he was talking about how in voice acting, they're like, we like that, but maybe like a little bit higher, a little bit lower, or like you have like your own like repertoire. You need your own like portfolio of things you've done. And he was talking about how he had like several different laughs for the Joker throughout, like one where he's nervous, like when he's actually funny, or he's angry, or like just moods, and like input that with like the way the character works. Or he was doing, I forget what, but he was doing some sort of voice acting. He was gonna make him like this, like sounding like overly fat guy with like a lisp from like Brooklyn or whatever, and they're like, we like that where you're going, but you know what? You get rid of the lisp. Don't make him from Brooklyn. We're not trying to like make him like you can't like we don't want him to like be like pointed out from a certain area. And overall, they just ended up getting rid of everything. And he presented to them like you're gonna have to come things up on the fly. It's kind of like improv almost.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
What is it? A little thing too. Mark Hamill was actually a second-hand choice for the Joker. Originally, it was going to be Tim Curry.
Right.
Really?
But you know what the problem was? Tim Curry sounded too scary.
Really?
Tim Curry likes to go into these roles so much. Like now, sadly, he suffered from a stroke and he's in a wheelchair. But back then, you like saw him in movies and like voice acting and everything. You could tell it was him, and he put so much effort and work into it. It's amazing, and I could not imagine what his Joker would be like.
It would probably be one of the better ones too.
We kind of come full circle here.
It would sound sort of like Pennywise.
Oh,
Pennywise is like a goofy kind of like.
Yeah.
Kind of.
He is goofy.
He's goofy.
Tim Curry's Pennywise was pretty good, I'd
Yes.
say.
Goofy ass clown shoes.
Oh,
That's fine.
no, yeah, okay.
We're high school.
I'm a guest on here, so I don't know what goes.
No, we're
Brett is a very soft-spoken, humble, modest boy.
Young individual.
That is false, and you know that.
I think that about wraps it up.
yeah.
We've come full circle
With
about
Joker.
the Joker and clowns.
Yep.
Big clown shoes.
What we're all here is clowns.
So
My
Can I
name-
add one last thing?
Sure.
yes.
So, one of my favorite movies is Tusk. It's a movie about this serial killer who turns his victims into walruses.
What?
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
That sounds
movie.
like an Adam Sandler movie.
It is terrible.
It's terrible.
It's like
Is it
it's
one of
like
those
so
good-
bad it's good.
Okay.
It's Kevin Smith, same guy.
Kevin Smith?
Kevin
oh yeah,
Smith,
he's
yeah.
like he's a comedy guy.
Like the
Kevin's-
movie is terrible, but
Kevin
it's so
Smith,
funny.
that-
It is I can't think of the word.
What does
And its
Kevin Smith
premise.
do?
Kevin Smith, you ever seen Clerks?
Yes. Okay.
Him, yeah.
I don't remember who I was. Who does Paul Blart?
Oh, that's
Kevin James.
Kevin James.
He's also on Kings and Queens.
Paul Blart Murd Kip.
King of Queens is a really good show.
It is.
That's a very good show.
It's funny that I just started talking about Tusk, but I forgot one of the main plot points of the movie is that the main characters start a podcast together, and they're like super popular, and he's going on this trip, and that's how he runs into the serial killer. He's like going out on a trip to promote his podcast or something, and then he ends up getting kidnapped and turned into a walrus.
Okay, so it looks like we're not going on any promotion trips.
All right, this is the end of the podcast
Yes.
episode because we do not want to be turned into walruses.
If you guys don't see Brett in school on Monday, y'all know what happened.
Oh, God.
Walrus Man.
Walrus
Actually,
Man
what
now.
is before we kind of end off here? What are the rest of your favorite films? Actually,
Airplane by a long shot. Such a good, stupid film. It is so. It's like take the immaturity of a 13-year-old boy and make it a movie. That's Airplane.
That's essentially it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nick?
I don't have a favorite movie per se.
The Dad Father.
The Dad Father, yes. But that's talked about in a different episode. I already know it. Maybe Usual Suspects?
That's pretty good.
That's
Solid.
pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
Who is Kaiser Sose? Shoshe?
So say.
Sose.
Shoshe.
Shoshe.
For anybody that hasn't seen the movie, it is, can I even say his name?
Kevin Spacey?
It's Kevin Spacey.
Was he cleared of his
Ooh.
allegations?
No.
No.
If anything, they got worse, I think.
Let's,
Yeah, I think so.
Let's,
I think they got worse.
Now,
Enjoying a Woody Allen film despite the allegations against him.
Isn't Woody Allen married to his stepdaughter?
I have
yes,
no-
his adopted daughter. Yes.
Ew! Yucky! Bad man! Bad!
On that note,
Yes.
we're
on that
going to end
note,
it here.
we're gonna
My
end-
name's Aiden Eisenberg.
I'm Nick D'Amico Ferry.
I'm Patrick Pars.
And that was the guest, Brett Allen.
Thank you for joining us, Brett. For anybody that's listening, you can expect our next episode to come out very soon on a Monday, so you can look forward to that. Everybody have a great rest of your day for whenever you're listening to this. Goodbye.